afternoon, warriors. It's Lisa Wolf here, and today is Masterminds Monday. And on Masterminds Monday, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Like the scripture of the two masters, Luke 16:13 or Matthew 6:24. And the thing is that you have control of your mind, and we have free will. And God gives us that. And the thing is that it is a gift. Our minds are flooded with information every day. And especially with social media. It is like tremendously like all this thing is surfacing in and lately in the news. I just get a riot out of this, because if you really sit back and process this information, and there's so much confusion, right? Like a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. Like when I was working in COVID, a lot of things did not make sense. There was information coming from the left, there was information coming from the right, and after a while, it just gets overwhelming, even with the strongest person. And you start seeing things and everything. And you know what? I don't mention him often because I'm just like, whatever. I know he exists. But the thing is like, I don't give him glory. Like, yes, there is an enemy. And he does have an agenda and strategy and all that stuff. But you know what? There is a God. And God, like, man, once you get his word in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, and just like look at the bigger picture of things, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. And you see things so clearly, especially when you're awake. When you are awakened, like that's the first thing ever, is to actually really awaken to the reality, because we are co-creators of our reality. Yes, there is a creator and he created us, but we are co-creators. That means that we have our own mind. It's your mind, a gift from God. Use it. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and there is wisdom in the Bible. That's where I get my word at, and it has taken a long time. But when you get in a situation like this where you are shaken and you're sick and you don't see any way out, and the fear is like consuming you, y'all, you need to get in that word. And you're like, well, how do you know all this stuff? It's because I've been studying. I've been studying and reading even before I got sick. And I was doing it. But the thing is, yes, I got my strengths, but I know my weaknesses. I know my weaknesses, and I've been working on my weaknesses. They may not be like where they need to be, but I'm working on them. And I'm glad from the get-go, like about 3 years ago, when I came back from Honduras, I am so glad, and I thank the Lord every day, that he gave me the strength to do what was right for me and my family and my boys. And at the time, it was getting a deeper relationship with him. I had the foundation, but my soul and my heart were craving something that I could not deny, and that was the Lord. And I'm tired of mediocre. I'm tired of mediocre, and then people trying to confuse you, like the media and stuff. And like, I don't watch that much news, but the stuff that I saw this weekend just made me disgusted. Like, it was just like they're saying misinformation about the shots and everything, like about COVID and everything. And if you are sick with it, you will understand what I'm talking about. Because from the get-go, nothing made sense. Nothing made sense. And everybody focuses on John 10:10, John 10:10, like the beginning half. You know what? Yeah, yes, you do need to know your weaknesses. Yes, you need to know about this enemy that we have. He exists, but you know what? It's your choice. It is your choice to face those weaknesses and get strong. It is a mindset, and it is hard work, and it's dedication. Do you think I felt like getting up this morning and going to strengthen my body because it is so weak from this stupid virus? No, I did not feel like it. And I am hurting, and I'm tired, and what I did today, I gave it my all. Every time, like I can admit, last week was a hard week for me. But I faced my weaknesses, and I did not substitute those exercises because my body can't do it right now. No, I pushed through, but I knew my limits, and God took me out. He was just like, you gotta rest. You gotta rest. We'll start over the next day. But you know what? You know how much discipline it takes me to rest even? It takes all I have to rest. And that's where I get my strength from the Lord. I rest in Him. Psalms 91 has been my go-to verse about resting. When I have that urge inside me to go push myself even further, even though I know I'm exhausted and I can't even do it anymore, yes, there is a limit to knowing your weaknesses and your strengths, but your weaknesses become strengths. But the thing is that you have to reprogram your mind. And this is a quote from David Goggins. He said, push your mind to the harder path. Push your mind to the harder path. And that is true. And the harder path for me is the longer path. Because nobody knows anything about this virus. Nobody knows anything about this virus. Does it surprise you at all? Does it surprise you at all if you really, really think about it? You don't even really have to think about it. Like when I saw this news conference the other day about the misunderstanding or misinformation, it's been going on for a year and a half since this virus came out. It has been that way. You can't get treated, and you can't, like, they do like mediocre, superficial slapping a Band-Aid on your symptoms, but they don't really like dive deep. And they keep on telling me, since I've been out of the hospital, keep on doing what you're doing. You know why? Because I was scared, y'all. I'm not lying. I was scared to death. But the God, He said, you know this stuff. You're a respiratory therapist. Be your own respiratory therapist. Get those treatments done. Get that CPT done. Do what you have to do. Even on days that you feel okay, He goes, I want you to do it anyways. Get those treatments done. Get that exercise in and eat right. That's all you have to do right now, and that's all you have to have your mind on, and that's all you have to have your heart on. And you know what? It took me a bit, but I am there now. And this is thank you, Monica, for David Goggins. Thank you, Monica, for David Goggins, because I needed somebody to give me that extra jolt. Like I've had people and I have God, but when you're in the trenches and you're doing this by yourself, I know there's people that's praying for me and messaging me and stuff. Yes, I appreciate you with all my heart and soul. But this is Heaven Week 2. And Heaven Week 2 is getting down to business. I don't like saying Hell Week like the Navy SEALs do. They go through all these things and all this stuff. But Heaven Week is just as bad because you're being separated from the masses. You're getting information from the heavens on what the truth is and what is really going on in this world. And it is some major stuff going on. And if you don't see that right now, a vaccine is not going to save you from COVID or death. There's only one thing that can save you, and that is Jesus. And I am living proof of it. And if you don't believe it, you're just going to watch and see. Just watch and see. Just watch and see, because this virus and the after effects is not going to slow me down. And it has, actually, I want to thank COVID. Because it got my priorities in line. It gave me my priorities. My priorities are in line. And I'm pushing through. I'm pushing through, y'all. And I know there's people out there that are scared. And they're like, man, how she's so strong. You know why I'm so strong? It's because I didn't have a choice. And I had to push through, especially for those boys out there. And this isn't my first rodeo. I had to make decisions that will blow your mind, and you be like, you know what? No wonder why she is like the way she is, and no wonder why she's still single, because there's a time and place. Because no one has been prepared and trained and loved by God to take care of those boys. And the Lord, there's something in me that the Lord trusts, and He loves, and He hasn't given up on me, and He hasn't given up on you. He has not He has forgiven you. He loves you, and He is waiting for you. He is waiting for you to be fully awakened. And it reminds me of the scripture that I don't have it on me right now. I wrote it down, but when Jesus was in the garden and all his other disciples were like sleeping, and he was about to get arrested, and he knew something major was about to happen to him. He knew something major was going to happen to him, and he was crying blood. He was sweating blood, and he was begging God, like, please take this from me. But if I have to do it, then you know what? So be it. Not my will, but your will be done. And it was done on that cross. Do you think Jesus wanted to die? Do you think he wanted to be brutally murdered? No. But he loves us so much, he did that. And I was thinking this morning when I was going for my workout, I was like, man, I do not feel like doing this. And I was like, my head's hurting, the fatigue is for real. My body's like absolutely inflamed, it's hurting. And I said, you know what though? It's nothing what you did on the cross for me, Jesus. This is nothing. And I said, I'll do whatever you want me to do, and I'm going to overcome this virus. I'm going to overcome this virus. I already have. We already have. And this isn't nothing, y'all. It is nothing. It is time to prepare your mind with who you choose. It is your choice. He has given us that gift of free will in our minds. Don't let anybody or any circumstance take you out. Don't. God has you. That is period. Exclamation point. Whatever you want to say. God has you. And I'm sorry if I'm yelling. It's just that I feel so passionate about this. And it's just like, I'm just like so like just ready. I'm pumped up because there has been so many things that are happening, and there's so much information out there. but you got to build wisdom. You know what's right, and you know what isn't the best path for you or the right decisions for you. It's time to make those decisions, even if it doesn't feel comfortable. Do you think I feel comfortable? No. Do you feel like you have no idea? I do not want to make these videos every day. But the Lord said, you know what? This is going to help someone heal. It's not about you. It's about your brothers and sisters that are suffering in silence. And it's time to speak up. I hope you guys have a blessed day.